Hey guys, we're Royal Thunder. Our new record, Crooked Doors, comes out April 7th, and please pick it up if you feel so inclined.
Pick a track.
Hey guys, pick a track. You're supposed to say it too.
Pick a track.
Pick a track.
Pick a
Pick
track.
a track. How many times was picking a track?
All right, 1, 2, 3.
Pick a track.
Time Machine was one of the early ones we started playing out actually live when we were touring on CBI. So we had a pretty good bit of experience playing it and been on the road touring playing it, so going into the studio it was pretty far along. Like all the tunes, they always turn out a little bit differently than you expect them. It was pretty much already written and we were rocking it at least for a tour.
About a year or two.
Yeah.
So all that to say, that was the first song that we played live. That was from this album. Yeah. That's boring. The meaning behind Time Machine is like essentially just going through life and meeting someone or something coming into your life that's really toxic, and kind of realizing that there's nothing I can do about the decision I've made, and this thing has affected me in this way. So the only thing I can think to do is to move on, because there is no going back. You just have to kind of move on in life and pick up where you left off. And then the end is kind of a warning to myself of like, you know, be aware of that toxicity that's out there and can come into your life and completely change it. But don't look back.
I'm hangry.
Hangry.
Are you?
Angry.
Hungry.
Do you
angry.
wanna?
Sandwich right here, man.
No, I'm gonna eat. I'm gonna eat it afterwards.
No, you two about the sandwich there.
Just some white stuff.
That was a really long song for
Yeah, it was
a
like
while.
twice as long. That was the first song we wrote together.
Mm-hmm.
Was it?
Yeah, I think it
so.
was, yeah.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't even know that.
I thought you guys were playing that before Time Machine. You were doing that instrumental version.
You're probably right, Will.
Will's actually probably right. So
I
what we
saw
said
that-
about
I saw it
Time
on
Machine.
YouTube.
We're liars.
Yeah. Yeah, Forget You was it was a tune that we all came up with. And a lot of the tunes we did, some of the tunes we did off of Crooked Doors live before it came out. And while we were touring on CVI, were usually instrumental. Sometimes she would add some vocals to it and throw some in live. It was another song though that we trimmed a lot of fat in the studio on it, and it was really fun to. I experimented a lot with different pedals for like the dropout part in the song. It's you know, almost like a synth engine on the guitar to give it that really just spacey sound in the middle.
It was just really long. I remember calling you guys, and when we were in the studio, Joey and I were just like, this is too long. It was boring the shit out of us. Can you say shit? I don't know if it was like one of those.
It was twice as long. I feel like live when we first started playing, we would play it way faster too.
And it was totally different lyrics. And a different melody, I think. I really, until it's on a record, I make shit up every night until it is what it is. And then you're stuck with it because people know what they're expecting, because they know now, like, this is the mapped out version.
I think it's probably one of the heaviest songs on the record.
Not angry, dude. Oh, there's a new thing now. It's called pangry. It's when you're mad because you have to pee really bad.
Okay, I definitely
I got
got
pangry today in the van.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got pangry. Almost like a prepping of what is this album gonna be about. And I just kind of had this vision of myself, like what do I want to sing about? What do I want this to be about? What do I want to convey? Like, is there a concept or whatever? And it was just me kind of sitting down and going, all right, each demon, so to speak, that's like metaphorical, like that I'm walking through the desert represents one of the songs. So like gathering up all these things that I wanted to talk about is essentially what the whole picture I was painting. I used a lot of metaphors in that song, like big time, kind of touching on everything that I was about to touch on, like individually. And it was about waking up and like, you know, waking up your life and your spirit and just being like, it's time to move on and make some, you know, progress and grow and do what you gotta do.
Wake Up for me, when I think it was one of the only songs that was almost completely like just from scratch in the studio. I don't even think I even had a riff or any parts written. I think I just one day I was in the live room and had my gear set up and I was just playing, turned on a mixture of pedals and started playing, and I think the main riff kind of came along. So that song was definitely just completely just from scratch in the studio.
Oh, did you just do a diva thing?
No, I'm just joking.
You are not allowed to talk like that.
He has
probably
a
have
phobia of
White
white
on
condiment.
there.
No, it's just cheese.
So floor is also called two hams in our household because it sounds like I'm saying two hams right at the beginning. Two hams on the back
Porch on the back porch.
on the back porch. We make fun of our lyrics all the time.
Yeah.
It's very fun. But that is a song about going to church and finding out that church is really, really weird and leaving that church. That's all I'm going to say about that. I've said enough about it here and there. So, yeah.
That was a really fun song to do in the studio. It was a lot different. You know, it's really has a lot of jangly guitars and more upbeat. Probably something just a lot different than what we are used to doing. But you know, a lot of these tunes, like we did the CVIA, the acoustic stuff, and that really pushed us and as musicians and to strip away everything. And you know, so a lot of that helped us out into going and writing this new record.
We played it live for the first time at South by Southwest.
So yeah, we played that for the first time at South by Southwest, and that was just really, really awesome place to showcase the song live.
Yeah, just remember, eyes.
Eyes.